Hi there, this is Professor Innes again, and I'm putting this video together to discuss our second module, which is on the Brechtian method. Now, we have a situation whereby we are looking at these cartoons, these South Park cartoons, and as many of you have mentioned in your journal entries, the cartoons are quite shocking. It's not the case that we are looking at something which a child should look at or the squeamish should look at. It is the case we are looking at shocking images. Now we've got to ask ourselves, why are they shocking? Now we can, with this, use what many filmmakers have used in the past, and that is the Brechtian method of film and theatre direction, in the sense that they don't just put forward something that's entertaining necessarily, they put forward something that's shocking. By shocking somebody, you get the political or social message across. Now, I'm not saying that the producers, well, the makers of South Park have had the Brechtian method in mind. It would surprise me if they have, but definitely we can use this Brechtian method to analyze the shock method used. So with that, you're going to watch those three documentaries. They're all the same documentary, but they're split into three, and that will use the that will discuss the Brechtian method used. Now, you know, what you're going to view is the theatrical method, but you're going to think here, right, okay, I've watched a few cartoons so far and they are shocking, such as with the school voting system, for example. They pick two images which, you know, quite shocking. You know, so some, you know, you've definitely got some relatives out there who you could not show that cartoon to without them thinking, okay, I'm not sitting here and watching this. It's shocking, but it's shocking to get the message across. We go away and think, okay, we've got these two images, and, you know, they're shocking, if not insulting, but it got the message across. So I'm now thinking about this. I'm now thinking about, you know, what's different from one to the other? Why should I vote for one and not the other, and vice versa? So I've been shocked into thinking. So with the Brechtian method, as you're going to watch with the documentary, is used in the theatre, it is used in films. One film producer, Jean-Luc Godard, used this method to shock. And again, it is the case, yeah, if the person watching the film is getting too relaxed or they're enjoying it too much, it means you're not getting the political message across. So it is used, it has been used. So in that sense, what we're going to do is use the Brechtian method to analyze these cartoons. So, as well as using the Socratic method for analyzing the arguments, because with Socrates he would set up, he would listen to somebody else putting forward their argument, realize or have the inkling that there's something wrong here, or at least say to himself, I wish to know something. So I'll start asking questions, and by asking these questions, by use of the Socratic method, he then finds out that the person's put forward an argument which isn't very good. So you've used that method, and some of you described it as like setting up an individual to make them look foolish. That might be the case. Socrates has often been described as being somewhat full of himself, and definitely the Athenian ruling class thought that he was full of himself. That's why they wanted him out of the way. But nonetheless, the Socratic method is there to illustrate that the argument is not working. The person has a presumption. Crito had this presumption that he had a good idea. His idea about Socrates escaping was a good idea, and therefore Socrates should escape. What we're doing in these cartoons is noticing that the makers are picking on people who think they've got good ideas, such as with Peter, the I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but the animal rights movement. They seem to have a good idea. Yes, we should care for the well-being of animals, but at what cost? It looks like they've gone too far. It looks like they presume that they can go into extremes in expressing themselves. And again, they end up contradicting themselves in their action. So what SouthPark is doing here is using the Socratic method to ask these questions. And what we're going to do with the Brechtian method is add this to the Socratic method and come up with this understanding that they are using shock methods to get the argument across. They're not just doing it for titillation or just to cause juvenile laughter. It is in fact to shock people into thinking. So, if some of you have already said, as you have said, this is shocking, then it's supposed to be shocking. That's part of it. So we are well and truly on our way with this investigation, and lots of you have noticed these shocking aspects here. So with that, I'll leave it at that. And if you've got any questions about the Brechtian method, do email me or text me. But keep in mind here that through this course we're using the Socratic method and we're using the Brechtian method as a means of analysis. Okay, so with that, keep it in mind at all times. That's the method you're going to use. You don't have to be detailed in doing so. Just keep in mind that here the producers are using the Socratic method, so think of it in that way. And also they're using the Brechtian method, so we can view the cartoons in that particular way. Therefore, inquiring and shocking. Okay, so please let me know if you've got any questions. Okay, and well done with the journal entries and everything so far with your writing. Everybody's on track and they're doing well, so I don't see any problems at all. Sorry about the dates. Like I said, this was once a 5-week course, and the dates excuse me, the dates tend to get hidden away in parts whereby I've forgotten they are there, and I just thought it was on the front page. But the dates were all over the place. So I've changed the dates, and I've also put back the initial due journal and blog entries to Wednesday, because we've got the whole week, so there's no great hurry. So I'll put the dates back so it gives people a lot more time. And keep in mind that the essay is not due till the 3rd module. What you're doing with the essay is just preparing. You're getting your thoughts together, you get the ideas together with that particular essay. So hopefully that's cleared up anybody's worry that they've got all this work to do in the first week, which they haven't got to do at all. Okay, and again, if you notice that the dates are askew and I haven't noticed that, please let me know. I will make the change straight away. I've changed everything, so I don't think there's anything there. And again, you can let me know if you think that the demands of the course are too much and you need more time. It's perfectly reasonable for you to do so. Okay, so we've sorted out that here. As far as the journal is concerned, I'm trying to think if there's a journal this week. I'll leave that for the time being to put that in at the end of the journal. I think I did that with the first journal, while at the same time asking you to do something here. So just stick with the bit I've asked you at the end of the journal. Reply to that one. Okay, good. So with that in mind, let me know if you need anything, and good luck and enjoy this second module on the Brechtian method. Okay, thanks a lot and speak to you soon. Bye.